Now we fight!
Hello, this is Madison347 for another exciting playthrough of Ace Attorney Trilogy, Justice for All. Last time, during the investigation, we found out that someone was actually spying on Corrida's room during the night of the murder. Although, so in a way, thanks to Gumtree. But even more, Edgeworth could help us as well, because Gumtree has good intentions by looking for electronic stores, but Edgeworth said that was not a good idea, but the bear is a lot more aware and you can figure out who bought that bear, so that he's going to do that off screen. Also, he set up his team together trying to find Maya as well, so there's that as well. Also, I think we may have inadvertently talked to the kidnapper, rather than realising it. However though, a bigger question is in our mind. The person that hired the killer to kidnap Maya in the first place, could it really be our client? Well, we're going to find out today in the investigation. This is the final investigation, not only the episode, but pretty much the entire game. Let's get on with it. It's past 9 PM already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Bill. They'll find her, so don't you worry. If we can win or not, and if we win and not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. So the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was that assassin, Mr. Shelley D. Killer, right? And the car Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired D. Killer to begin with? Who is his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. Whoever this client is, there's still a killer. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be Matt Engard himself. If Matt Engard really did hire the assassin, then he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he will be found guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. Engard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him. Mr. Engard, I'd like to say one more question. Did you kill Mr. Joan Corrida? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Joan Corrida, okay? I didn't see any sidewalks at that time. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, pals? Joanne had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looks like somehow Joanne had his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's entire acting career. Had it been revealed. Mr. Engard's secret? Ooh, what is this secret? I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Miss Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Engard had plenty of motive to have Miss Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet Mr. Engard. There's no way around it now. But let's head out. Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's past 9 PM already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of the secret Miss Corrida held about Mr. Engard. Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight. But aren't we seeing hours over at the detention center? I'm sure we're thinking of something, pals. Don't you worry. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Just like now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The wrong gumshoe man. I don't know who, and frankly I don't care. The request came from Edgepoo, so Edgeworth, and he said, if you feel angry, direct your anger at the unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Gee, thanks to a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. This is actually top secret, so you had to better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the peasants. Very interesting. That's what it was, you know. It was to catch poor Joanne in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip has been going around about my dear Joanne. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? I'm sure she must have had some reason to get close to Miss Corrida. I let you in on another secret scandal. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puffy-haired photographer girl, and there were some good people. Spying with people as if I would want to see for myself. Wow, that agent actually admitted to her true intention to a change. What are you thinking exactly? They can bet it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. So you want to know about Joanne and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, there is something of a refreshing pair of those two. Oh? I tell you, Joanne really welcomed that manager of Open Arms, I heard. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Joanne had. It's a shame she killed herself though. Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impact. Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one. What's Celeste girl? She was supposed to get married, you know. Married? You mean to Mr. Corrida? Oh, really? You young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement. 3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the... Why would Miss Impact want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Joanne. What? But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? At a grand announcement session. But 3 days later, Joanne suddenly cancelled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Joanne called off the wedding, that manager Celeste killed herself. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. Yikes. That might give that could give a pretty big motive as to why she ended it all. Yeah. But for now, so for now we need to go to the detention center, but we can't go there just yet. But we need to go somewhere else first to get permission. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things here in Lab have finally calmed down. So we actually need to go here first. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it does. I wonder something happened. You're Mr. Regard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Engar case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. I'll hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is this witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnapper's demands and now this? I can't see any way to win here. Oh, yeah. Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over the detention center, they wanted me to grant you special permission. So there you go. What? I've already called them so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much. This is such good news, Mr. Nick. Go talk to your heart's content? It sounds like the police are pretty sure they had tomorrow's trial in the bag. Especially with a cited witness. But for now, let's go back to the detention center. It's time we got some actual answers. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews are in the detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? So basically... So you could talk between Agent Andrews or Matt Ungard. Do Matt Ungard first. Not that it really matters, I don't think, either way. Dude, it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that John Carida was killed by an assassin and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Ungard. What's wrong? Mr. Ungard, there is something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. It's really not like your usual loyal dude self. Alright. Let's do this. About the press conference. You mean the one where John was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai? Yeah. I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looks like somehow John had his hands in a secret so powerful to destroy Massacre Actor's career, had it been revealed. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Damn! I knew this was coming. Mr. Nick? Don't tell me. Cyclops. You said a secret, right? I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? Unfortunately, we don't either. We need more information. Did you know about Miss Carida and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what John did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Miss Carida. Her mentor was Mr. Carida's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste's impact suicide note from her. Celeste? Is that jogging memories? Dude, I sort of just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza, my treat? Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it kind of pea like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by a pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ungard, are you connected to Miss Impactor's suicide in some way? Okay, so we actually need to move back and forth if we want to actually talk to the other client. So for now, just move back here. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't look like Mr. Swift's detective is here. Well, he's out here there with the cameras asking around at electronic stores. Then I'll make some salad for him for dinner. It looks like Paul's really appreciative of what he's doing for us. Mr. Nick? Yes? Where is the lettuce? I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before. Ah, I guess I have to give up on making a salad then. Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem. Where's the detention center? Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Well, now I go to Agent Andrews. So yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? And I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Miss Carida had on Matt Ungard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment toward Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That's... had nothing to do with this case. Nothing. About Miss Celeste Impacts, I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. It's true that when I heard the rumor that Jerome was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread just like another piece of gossip. But I have never held any murderous intent towards Jerome. I would never do something so stupid. Suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did he try to frame Mr. Engard? That's simple, because he's the killer, that's why. It's the duty of every good citizen to inform the police. But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews. Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something just now? A psych-lock? Huh. Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge. We need to break that psych-lock first. I think we have to break this one, then we can get more information on Matt and Guard. But for now, nothing else we can do but move back to basically the Criminal Affairs Department. We need to talk with someone. An old friend. Oh, Mr. White, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Mr. Powers? What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decided witness is Mr. Powers? I was almost a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. And all of a sudden, you were there. You were under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Well I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious. I'm just a normal guy at an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, detective told me not to talk about it. Can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer detective we're talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it. Mr. Nick. Miss Martin and myself are the only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright. Ouch. I don't really have a whole lot of friends, do I? This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself. What? Horrible! That's unforgivable. Ow, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. You know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon him over. One person who wouldn't swoon over him? His manager, you know. Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have their dazzling sort of image, right? A dazzling sort of image? But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey, did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You mean Miss Impacts? We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day. About that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. White, why didn't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Joanne went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for John, that is. Something bad for Mr. Carita? Why do you feel so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends, and she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man. A truly insidious man? Is Mr. Carita by that? Well, there's no one else to fit the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. I see. Well, that's some good info, thank you. You're welcome. There's some regarding Miss Andrews. The both of the things are right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. I love this ringtone. Mr. Nick, your phone. Hey, that's a Steel Sunlight theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth, Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. Hello? You got cut off. What's wrong? What's going on, Mr. Nick? Gumshoe said we need to get back to the office right away. Then we should hurry back. I'm scared to go back. What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together. Good. Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow, I doubt that. Okay. Let's go. What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who brought that spy camera. Is this Quickly? And this bear what gave them away, pal. The bear? I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera. But wasn't Mr. Edgeworth Shh, pals. And? Go on. There's one person who brought one of those bears away to this crime. Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in the room? Matt Engard. Huh? Matt Engard, your client there too, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who brought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match for the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt? That's all you have? Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said it so himself. He told me I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. Engard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Engard also got out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Engard himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be! No. So what about the spy cam we found? That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for fire away into evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in John Carita's room was Matt Engard. Why? Why would Mr. Engard do something like this? I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Miss Carita in one of their rendezvous. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him, Mr. Engard, I mean? Yes. I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next. I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Paris. Matt Engard, what in the world have you done? Okay, it's time. Actually thought we'd unlock agents first, but no. It's time we had a little talk with Matt Engard. We have everything we need to talk with him. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 PM, dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax, dude. You know that ignorance is bliss. If you really want to know, let's talk. So we actually need to present some evidence. You can present either a spy camera or a transmitter. Could you please take a look at this? It may not seem important to you. Well, if it's not that important, I'd rather be in bed. If I don't get my 12 hours of beauty sleep, my skin's gonna wrinkle up like a prune, dude. You know, he's right, Mr. Nick. Your skin's kind of drying up here and there. I swear, after this case is over, I'm going to get lots and lots of sleep. Yep. I want to show that off because we need the Cyclops thing first. Okay, no Mr. Nice Guy.
Take that!
Time for the truth. What the hell's going on? Matt's secret. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if this reader had been set in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about John, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally don't pay John any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. I know you paid close attention to this reader, especially on that night. Yes, you did, because of this.
Take that!
Someone used his camera to secretly film this reader room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then sent the image the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was this camera you talk about hidden? It was hidden right here in the stuffed bear, so don't even try that.
Take that!
The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. One down. I guess Joanne had a few of those kind of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Miss Corrida was... Oh, but this one's obvious. You can present Matt Engard's profile, or you can present the credit card report. Either way is fine. It's the same difference.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Engard? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna ask my mum, okay? She says that I can't be friends with someone like you. Go home if you don't get away. I'm gonna call the police. What? That's strange. I thought the answer was right there in front of me. Actually, I wouldn't say it's better. What the? Oh, dang it. Nope. This is my bad. Wrong one. This is the later proof. It was this. And then the other one. My bad. Don't worry. I can recover from this.
Take that!
Mr. Engard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've met Mr. Bear before, dude. But it says he knows you. How you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in the eye was you, Mr. Engard. If I don't know how it worked in court, I think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof that you want to show me first? Here's proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bag. Okay, now I present the credit card receipt. Yeah, my bad.
Take that!
I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Engard. It's from you. Bought that bear. Dude, all you can tell me from that is it spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $300 just came from toothbrush I bought the one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair from bristles. Ugh, elephant hair. Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, The store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So, can I ask you one thing? Yes? You really my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because I don't know the truth. I can't help you. Sounds more like a stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set up the camera yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hit this camera with Mr. Garita in the room is the secret is... So, in this one, you can either present Agent Andrew profile or magazine clipping. Go to profile this time. I don't want to get any, don't want to take any chances. Remember that she was seeing someone that night, and that was Agent Andrews. So he wanted to make sure that they weren't seeing each other, or more swiftly what they were going to be talking about.
Take that!
Agent Andrews? There is a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Miss Garita were having a secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Miss Garita, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron, huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude, what kind of scandal? That's the good stuff. That's where we get to call the industry called juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, it'll be the end, dude. Too bad it wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Miss Garita because of Miss Andrews. There's only one reason I can think of that you do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera with Miss Garita room was... Okay. Okay, to present... Yeah, there's actually one other thing. Go back to evidence. Let's see. This, the picture card. Yeah. The reason is I wanted to because if we figure out it was going to tell us to something, he wanted to place this.
Take that!
What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know anything about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous. Why would I know someone shady scumbag like him? If we don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt and Guard, I know why you know Mr. Killer. It's because you're his client. Yeah. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how would you know something like that? It's because you're his client, that's why. You hired Shelly Killer to assassinate Mr. John Garita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt and Guard. And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought, if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought, anyway. Mr. and Guard, you really did hire? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult? Myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. What? How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt and Guard. Uh-oh. Oh no. This is the real him. You're finally breaking through his facade. Well done, Mr. White. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really... So you are showing the killer's client? You didn't really think it was dirty by your own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me, I didn't think she had in her. But all I care about is that John is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? That's... You're lying. What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk more about adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera and... A weakling soon believes the words of words, just like the pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Adrian's secret. But I'm the weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. White. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding their sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's why... Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it preserved for all time. With that, I can keep it big, even blacker if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they called it, Mr. White? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl. Why? Why would you kill Mr. Corrida? Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it? Mr. Corrida had been able to give it, and then Mr. Engel's cool secret would have... well... What we call taking advantage of the situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. And that's how Mr. Corrida ended up dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. The assassin too. Oh, and how could I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer! Everyone, all working their butts off for me. Matt Engard. Did you leave that speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You're growing awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed John Corrida, and you answered very clearly you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, White. All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room. You killed Mr. Corrida. I dare to set in court tomorrow. But too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That'll be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mr. Meyer, you wouldn't want to test the killer. Even his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! So, if I were you, Mr. White, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this! That's such a cliche phrase. Joanne said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, you know how well things turned out for him, didn't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth, I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, Mr. White, what are you going to do? You plan on changing your strategy? No! We can't do that. That's right, he's holding Mayor hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth. White? Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was, and that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt I couldn't stand the court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, White, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as a wife? You must find the answer, and you must find it in your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who clearly are clear. Matt Engard, that man is really... It doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of a just judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is there a lawyer forcibly and blindly getting acquittal through shouting and trickery? I think that we of all people should say such a thing. Isn't exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed my client to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get in guard that acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right? When you get a hold of yourself, you have a little while. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Francisco Van Kama are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is a perfect win record, that's all. And? Isn't that the same for you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty! I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is ready tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Mr. Nick, the transceiver! I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you want wage you can obtain the acquittal tomorrow? What is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding my hostage for Mr. Engard's sake? Why are you doing this for this cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much as a killer himself. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call by aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of power and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations. It's part of the assassin's duty. Assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As the Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya, it would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap. Oh no! Now then, if you excuse me, someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Mr. Meyer! I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the end of the transmission. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? It can't be! That cat! Can it? What is it? I know where Shady Kid is holding me hostage! Edgeworth! Have all PCUs head for Engard Mansion immediately! Alright, you hurry over there as well then. Don't you talk, pals. This fight has only just begun. Yeah! Yep! That butler we talked to earlier, he is Shady the Killer. Meyer! Please answer us, Mr. Meyer! We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Seeing he's still in the area. Can't believe it! That butler! All this time, he was the killer. He and God had worked together all this time. I'm sure they had worked a contingency plan ahead of time. Oh! What is that? Why is that bear here? Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing with Corita? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a pet door installed here. There, I'm sure that's for shoes. Do you think that this came from that little door? This door, it's locked! Well, I'm pretty sure you're used to breaking down doors by now. Let's go, Red Sheriff. Dad, there's no one here! From looks at this place, they say that this is Engard's private lounge. Look at this one. An antenna for sending and receiving video signals and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it will be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, and at the moment the crime is committed, we record on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No. But there's no mistake that someone uses to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. Looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl looking to you to be a pillar. Yeah, you're right. You're close, I can tell. We always set up checkpoints along every route leading out to this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. What is this? This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts. With love, Celeste. Miss Impacts? You mean, yes, Miss Corita's former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Impacts be here in Mr. Engard's mansion? And why did it say, with love? This might be a clue. What's wrong, Wells? Please, let me see that picture frame. Huh? What's so special about the frame? On the back! There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mr. Maya. She left us a message. What? I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Engard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I don't forgive you, ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for that helpless lump. That's it for now, Nick. Guess I'll talk to you guys later. No, Mystic Maya. What? What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house. What's the last room? It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues goes, I think this is all about I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews' Cyclops. If I could just find out what secret she told him, then I think I can stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open, expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeref. Well, let's go, pals. It's time to open that last lock. Good evening, Mr. White. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your Cyclops. Cyclops? I want to know, and you will tell me. Your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can.
Take that!
She only has one. We need to break it. Why frame him? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Engard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. Because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Engard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't have it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you were saying I was taking my revenge on Matt? And that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, he lives by being deeply dependent on others. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take her revenge. Do you even present the suicide report? Or Celeste Max profile? But we're going to need a suicide report, it doesn't matter either way.
Take that!
Celeste, there is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge, and that is Miss Impact's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Jordan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Jordan. What does this have to do with Matt? You're right, you haven't mentioned him, yet. But for you to hate Mr. Engard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Can you explain this relation between Celeste and Matt? Yep, we can. With this. Let's see if we can get a hold of it. Celeste's photo. Right here.
Take that!
This is the photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? Oh, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engard's mansion. And after all this time, my last-remaining secret has been revealed. Now for the truth. The other truth. Celeste. She was supposed to get married to John. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Guido didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Engard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste. She was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her highness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Joanne. She seemed really happy with him. Even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Joanne were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night that Joanne called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for this and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why John called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to John about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened. But then why did Mr. Reed have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. John and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth of John. He was aiming for when it would ruin John the most. Poor Miss Impact. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when John discovered her body, he hid her note. Why would he do that? It's simple. John realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, John sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. John wanted to publicly enclose the contents of the suicide note at a time that would cause Matt the most damage. Of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it, because I heard it all from John. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to John to begin with. They're quite a pair. Hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found John's body, it was only natural that I thought the murder was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever made public. I was going to burn it. I even had brought a lighter. But I couldn't find a suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cool revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed John's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all you have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer, I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was a big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I know now. And that's the end of it. Yes. That to me is very, very unique. The first time Phoenix is actually defending someone that's clearly guilty. He didn't technically kill John, but he hired someone to do it. And he had the killer kidnap Maya to ensure that he got the not guilty verdict. So he seems to only want to use people for his own ends. And this is the type of man he truly is. So we have quite the dilemma. If we get him off, then that means Phoenix Wright would basically betray all his belief system. But if we do manage to get him found guilty, then that's the end of Maya. So we got quite the problem here. But next time we'll begin the final trial in the whole game. And it's going to be quite the doozy. But with that, is Batten 347. Game of Toys Archer the platformer. Stay classy.